Episode 29. Han Li was left utterly dumbfounded, yet Dr. Mo, breaking from his usual demeanor, began to praise him.
You've got some nerve, kid, with a blade at your throat and still no begging for mercy. I'll give you that. Back in my days roaming the Jianghu, I've seen plenty of so-called heroes who boasted about not fearing death. But once they fell into my hands, a little threat was all it took for them to turn into cowards, groveling and begging for their lives, showing their true, pitiful colors.
Han Li was stunned, his mouth agape, at a complete loss for words. He'd actually been on the verge of making a fool of himself just now, but he'd stubbornly held his ground. A sliver of hope had lingered in his mind, the belief that the other party wouldn't actually dare to make a move against him. That's how he'd managed to bluff his way through.
Besides, he was far too thin-skinned to suddenly change his tune and beg for mercy.
While Han Li's mind raced, Dr. Mo had already swiftly driven the remaining strange blades into his own body, leaving only the ghost-headed hilts exposed.
He's mutilating himself like this. He must be performing some incredibly powerful technique. I just hope it's not meant for me.
After inserting the strange blade, Dr. Mo stopped speaking. He sat cross-legged opposite Han Li, closed his eyes, and entered a trance-like state, paying no further attention to his surroundings.
Han Li's heart stirred. This was a rare chance to escape. He tried to move his limbs, but the moment he shifted his body, a crushing weight settled on his shoulders, pinning him in place once more.
How could I forget about that giant again? With him watching my every move, how could I possibly get a chance? It seems Dr. Mo had it all figured out before he went into meditation. He wasn't afraid of me trying any tricks. This giant called Iron Slave, who knows what kind of monster he is completely impervious to blades and spears, just like Dr. Mo's demon eye hand. I've been completely outmatched by him today.
While Han Li was mentally cursing the giant, the other man before him began to undergo a bizarre transformation.
Dr. Mo's face began to twitch violently. His entire body shook uncontrollably, and his features contorted with the strain of his muscles, as if he were enduring immense agony.
The sight of him, with those blades still lodged in his flesh, was unnerving. A palpable chill seemed to seep into the room.
Suddenly, Dr. Mo's convulsions and trembling ceased. A deep, guttural roar rumbled up from the depths of his throat. The roar was filled with a primal, bestial ferocity. In that instant, Dr. Mo no longer seemed like an old man, but a savage beast that had just burst from the mountain forest. Then, something even more terrifying happened. The ghostly visage that had appeared on Dr. Mo's face a year ago now surfaced once more.
The apparition was far denser and darker than before. It clung to Dr. Mo's face like a pitch-black mask, completely obscuring his true features.
Tendrils, constantly forming and dissolving from the ghostly mass, flowed with a faint black mist. They were smooth, dark, and glossy, as if possessing solid form, writhing and dancing wildly across Dr. Mo's face.
Dr. Mo formed his fingers into a lotus shape, making a strange gesture. His lips moved slightly, as if he were chanting something, but his voice was too low for Han Li to make out clearly.
As Dr. Mo performed this strange ritual, the mist on his face seemed to take offense. It churned and boiled like cold water hitting a pan of scalding oil. More slender tendrils shot out from it, writhing and snapping with a menacing air, as if trying to stop Dr. Mo in his tracks.
Just as the black fog grew to its thickest, Dr. Mo opened his eyes. Even through the dense haze, Han Li could see the intense, brilliant light shining within them.
Strange ghost, release the illusion.
Han Li heard this, and his heart grew cold. But what happened next struck his mind with a massive shock.
At Dr. Mo's shout, the 7 strange blades embedded in him began to tremble. A droning, thunderous roar erupted from the demonic heads, growing louder and more piercing, as if they were coming alive, straining to tear themselves free from his body. Seeing the strange blades seem to disobey his command, Dr. Mo grew flustered and exasperated. He stood up, paced a circle around the room, and finally stamped his foot. With no other choice, he reluctantly extended a single index finger and shoved it into the gaping maw of one of the ghost heads. Something incredible happened. The inanimate demon head clamped its jaws shut on its own, its thick fangs sinking deep into the proffered morsel. It began to suckle gently. Dr. Mo trembled slightly, as if enduring immense agony.
After the time it takes to drink a cup of tea, the ghost head had finally drunk its fill. It released its gaping maw, and the droning buzz faded away. Dr. Mo fed each ghost head in turn, and only then did he withdraw his finger, clearly reluctant. With that done, Dr. Mo repeated the hand seals from before, and once again began to chant his incantations. This time, the 7 strange blades no longer trembled, nor did they emit any strange sounds. Instead, they simultaneously opened their eyes, revealing blood-red pupils. Their mouths gaped wider, cheeks puffing out as they began to suck in great mouthfuls of something from the air.
The ghostly mist on Dr. Mo's face seemed to know its doom was at hand. It surged and roiled violently, its tendrils flailing with ever more savage fury, but it was all for naught. 7 slender black threads coiled up from the ghostly mist, traced several elegant arcs through the air, and then plunged with unerring accuracy into the 7 waiting maws of the demon heads, which devoured them bit by bit.
Han Li was utterly dumbfounded. It was happening right before his eyes, and every single tooth on those ghastly faces was hideously, perfectly clear. For Han Li, touching this other world for the very first time, its sheer, miraculous power left him utterly stunned. The bizarre silver blade, the eerie ghostly head, and the sinister black mist swirling over Dr. Mo's face, each of these inexplicable phenomena shattered his understanding of the world. Now, these ghostly scenes, which should only exist in legends and tales, were unfolding right before his very eyes. How could Han Li not be utterly terrified? Gradually, the ghostly mist on Dr. Mo's face thinned from dense to sparse, devoured by the spectral head until only the faintest layer remained, a ghostly veil clinging to his features.
Dr. Mo's face gradually came into view. But when Han Li saw the true visage now revealed, he was utterly shocked. Now, the face emerging from the black mist was that of a robust man in his prime, looking to be in his 30s.
From those extremely familiar eyes and brows, it was indeed Dr. Mo, just decades younger. That chiseled, determined face, those eyes that commanded respect without a hint of anger, and the faintly sneering curve of his lips, it was undeniably the face of a strikingly handsome man.
So it seems, on this point at least, he wasn't lying to me. This must be his true original appearance. But the method he used to restore himself is simply unbelievable.
Only then did Han Li realize that Dr. Mo's youth wasn't just skin deep. His entire body, even his hair, had been transformed.
His jet-black, coarse hair and his ramrod-straight posture, they all declared he was in the prime of his life, his physical strength and vitality at their absolute peak.
But if Dr. Mo had a way to restore his youth, why go to all this trouble with me?
Han Li was puzzled, but he quickly snapped out of his shock. He realized he was still in grave danger. His mind began to race, frantically analyzing the situation, searching for a way out.
Having regained his youth, Dr. Mo seemed somewhat dazed. He stood stock still, not uttering a word. A long moment later, he finally raised one hand. Satisfied, he examined the smooth skin on its back with the look of a man beholding a long-lost treasure. Then he closed his eyes, pressed his palm tightly against his cheek, and began to rub it gently. as if savoring the vigor of youth once more. Dr. Mo's self-admiring expression was a bit much for Han Li to take. He couldn't fathom the feeling of having something precious returned to him that Dr. Mo was experiencing in that moment.
Elder Mo, you seem to have recovered. Does that mean you no longer need this disciple? In that case, would you consider sparing this disciple so I may serve you faithfully from now on?
Han Li, you really know when to bend and when to stand firm. But do you really think I'd let you go?
His voice carried an indescribable magnetism, a sound that was incredibly soothing to the ear, a world away from the dry, bitter tone it once held. It seems his voice is just as impressive as his appearance. For the first time, Dr. Mo addressed Han Li by his full name. Even though the news wasn't good, it gave Han Li a sense of being acknowledged. It was far better than being called kid this and kid that. Because of that, a fraction of his inner frustration lifted.